This poem is called The Old Gumby Cat. I have a Gumby cat in mind. Her name is Jenny Anydots. Her coat is of the tabby kind, with tiger stripes and leopard spots. All day she sits upon the stair, or on the steps, or on the mat. She sits and sits and sits and sits, and that's what makes a Gumby cat. But when the day's hustle and bustle is done, when the Gumby cat's work is but hardly begun, when all the family's in bed and asleep, she slips down the stairs to the basement to creep. She is deeply concerned with the ways of mice. Their behavior's not good, and their manners not nice. So when she has got them lined up on the matting, she teaches them music, crocheting, and tatting. I have a Gumby cat in mind. Her name is Jenny Anydots. Her equal would be hard to find. She likes the warm and sunny spots. All day she sits beneath the hearth, or in the sun, or on my hat. She sits and sits and sits and sits, and that's what makes a Gumby cat. But when the day's hustle and bustle is done, then the Gumby cat's work is but hardly begun. As she finds that the mice will not ever keep quiet, she is sure it is due to irregular diet. And believing that nothing is done without trying, she sets straight to work with her baking and frying. She makes them a mouse cake of bread and dried peas, and a beautiful fry of lean bacon and cheese. I have a Gumby cat in mind. Her name is Jenny Anydots. The curtain cord she likes to wind and tie it into sailor knots. She sits upon the windowsill, and anything that's smooth and flat, she sits and sits and sits and sits, and that's what makes a Gumby cat. But when the day's hustle and bustle is done, then the Gumby cat's work is but hardly begun. She thinks that the cockroaches just need employment to prevent them from idle and wanton destroyment. So she's formed from that lot of disorderly louts a troop of well-disciplined, helpful Boy Scouts. With a purpose in life and a good deed to do, she's even created a beetle's tattoo. So for good old Gumby cats, let us now give 3 cheers, on whom well-ordered households depend, it appears. So that's a funny cat. She likes to teach the mice how to sing, and she cooks for them, and she rounded up all the cockroaches and taught them to do good deeds. What sort of cat is this? She likes to sit in sunny spots, but she likes to cook. What a strange cat. If you have cats, are they a little bit strange? I've had cats for over 40 years, and every single one of them has been a bit strange. So maybe you need to keep an eye on your cat and see what they get up to.